Welcome to the Bobby Wallace Show. Here are your hosts, Coach Bobby Wallace and J.D. Byers.
Welcome into the Bobby Wallace Show, everybody. It's the 2013 season, and it is game week for the North Alabama Lions. We'll have a preview of the UNA Miles matchup at Brawley Stadium on Thursday night in just a bit. I'm J.D. Byers alongside the head coach, Bobby Wallace, and we're going to talk about starters. We're going to talk about personnel in particular, the offense, the defense coach. But before we get into all that and the expectations, let's talk camp. You know, you guys started, you had some weird weather. We had some cool weather, a little bit of dampness, and now all of a sudden it's hot.
Well, to start off with, we started a week late. They pushed Division II schedule back a week, and it's kind of odd when everybody else was starting. You're reading all the clippings and all the press about the Division I schools and then them being into practice and us still having a week to go. And really, you had to be patient, and because everybody's eager to get started. And once we finally did get started, the weather was real cool. I mean, unbelievable. Some of the practices, it was almost cold. And now the sun's come out and the heat's come back the last couple of days. And yesterday, lately it's just been brutal for the kids because it was such an adjustment from where it was cool. So, but we've done good. I think they've handled everything well. We've limited our contact. We don't know how that's going to affect us in the first game. We trying to stay healthy after what happened last year, losing Nick Williams and Chris Simpson, two seniors that now it's a blessing because they're back. But the bottom line is we lost two starters right off the bat. Got some other people hurt in camp. And so we've tried to really be careful on how much contact. When I say contact, I'm talking about tackling to the ground. That's where people get hurt, when people fall on knees and fall on ankles and taking people to the ground. We still have a lot of contact. The offensive, defensive line go full speed, and we just don't take people to the ground. And hopefully that will not affect our tackling. This is a concern. But besides that, we've had a great camp. We're right on schedule. Everybody, a lot different than last year where all the coaches are back. Everybody knows what is expected of them. We've got 18 starters back. It's a more experience. You can see the maturity of the players, especially the freshmen, like Luke Wingo. He's just so much more composed and knows what he's doing, and so the whole camp's been like that. You can see the maturity level of the players over 1 year, and I think it's gone really well.
Maturity, headline last year was 70 freshmen. Now those guys are 70 sophomores, but some transfers have come in. You've added a nice mix. There's a lot of veterans on this team.
Well, there are. We've got a great senior group, 23 seniors, and I think we've got some great leaders in that group. We got good leaders all the way up and down the roster, I think. But especially those seniors to be in there last year, college football, and they've done a great job. I think we start 9 seniors on defense, which is unbelievable. 7 maybe on offense, and then of course Michael Schuster, the kicker, will be a senior, punter also, and so there's some maturity there. And then they're backed up by some very talented young guys. So. It's going to be fun to see how they mix. We've got to do the right things to win football games. Talent alone will not win it. We got to take care of the football. We got to reduce our penalties. We've got to execute. Have the intangibles in the game, which we talk about, and those things are developed over time. The trust and the unselfishness and work ethic and all the what I call intangibles. They just don't happen overnight. And now we've been together basically a year and a half. And I think you're starting to see some of those things come out.
We're going to talk offense, we're going to talk defense, and some special teams. The coach talked about Michael Schuster, who's back for his senior year. And we'll also talk about key personnel and players to watch when the special edition preseason episode of the Bobby Wallace Show continues right after this.
The Bobby Wallace Show is brought to you by TVA Community Credit Union, TNT Fireworks, the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, and the Marriott of the Shoals Hotel and Spa. And by Little Steve's.
Hello, I'm Bobby Wallace, head football coach of the UNA Lions. We've seen some exciting changes here the last year at UNA, and the same can be said of my friends at the new TVA Community Credit Union. Along with their new name, TVA Community Credit Union has just launched a new website and a new state-of-the-art facility on Wilson Dam Road in Muscle Shoals. But the one thing that will never change is the legendary service that has set them apart for over 75 years. TVA Community Credit Union. They're everybody's credit union.
TNT Fireworks is a proud sponsor of UNA Lions football and the Coach Bobby Wallace Show, and wishes them good luck in their quest for a Division II national championship. TNT Fireworks has fundraising opportunities available for your nonprofit organization or group. Earn high profits in a short period of time selling TNT's quality products. Call us today or visit us on the web at TNTfireworks.com. Remember, if it's not TNT, it's not fireworks. Roar Lions!
Alabama's got the best in luxury hotels and golf, and the numbers to prove it. Number 1 out of all 333 Marriotts for golf, the Marriott Shoals Hotel and the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail at the Shoals. Number 2 out of all Marriotts for spa, Marriott Shoals Hotel and Spa. Luxurious rooms with a view of the Tennessee River, plus 2 world-class golf courses ranked in the top 10 nationally. Call 1-800-949-4444 today to book your reservations at the Shoals.
When you support Little Steve's Convenience Stores, you're supporting small American family-owned businesses. They, in turn, support our high schools, our community, and the University of North Alabama. When you buy snacks, drinks, and other items from Little Steve's, you're saying, we believe in America. 7 locations in Florence. Pine Street, Florence Boulevard, at the corner of Helton Drive and Cox Creek Parkway and Chisholm Road. Cloverdale Road, Petersville. Woodward Avenue, Muscle Shoals. And Highway 72 in Killen. Little Steve's. Believe in America.
Welcome back to the Bobby Wallace Show, a 2013 preseason special. Glad you're with us for this one as we take a look towards the season. Some expectations, the personnel, what to expect the home opener against Miles College coming up on Thursday night. Coach, returning starters, we got a bunch of them. We're going to talk about offense first. We'll get to defense in a few minutes, but essentially 9 guys who were starters at least one game or more last year who will be back on the offensive side of the football.
Well, it's great to have the experience that we have. Start up front with the offensive line. I think we're bigger. I know we're bigger and more athletic than we've maybe ever been. I think how they play will be interesting to see. But center, we have Tyler Sizemore back. He's gained about 15 pounds. Did not go through spring training because he had to be a part-time student to get this last semester to play his last year. He's gotten bigger and stronger. Trey Tidwell is with him at center. Now Trey started about 3 games last year, and Trey's had a great spring with Tyler not being in there. He got all the first team reps. So we're in good shape there. Left guard, David Lundberg's back. David's an all-conference performer and a senior and a great leader. Left tackle is Keith Jones, and Keith is a transfer that started at Samford a few years ago, took off from school a couple of years, came back and went through spring training. Very athletic, about 6'5", I'm gonna guess 315, 320. Very athletic. At right guard, we've got a kind of a battle there between Stephen Evans and who was a freshman last year that walked on, just a tremendous talent, very athletic, and he's from Boston, Massachusetts, believe it or not, and walked on. I'm thankful he found us. And behind him is Justin Booth, a junior college transfer that's about 340 and a very intelligent player. And then at right tackle, we've got Kinston Redfern, who started for us last year. So, a lot of experience there. Rod Winston also has played and started for us at tackle and can back up either one. Jess Cooper, a freshman, will also get some playing time. Tight end, we got Mabry Cook. Mabry started for us at tight end. Grant Lake was another walk-on that did really well last year that'll back him up and doing extremely well. Earned a scholarship, gotten a lot bigger and stronger. So, offensive line looks really good. Running backs, that's, I don't want to say anything's the strength of our team because I think all the positions, have very, great possibilities. But you got Lamonte Thompson coming back, who's all conference. Diamond Simmons, who averaged about 17 yards a carry at tailback. Chris Coffey at fullback, that's one of our leaders on our team. Jamarcus Goodlow, very talented player behind him that's really had a great camp. So we really got 4 good backs working there who really have been impressive. And then of course quarterback, you got Luke Wingo, who started a lot of games last year, got a lot of experience. He's bigger, he's stronger, a lot more maturity to him and knowledge of the offense. And Jacob Tucker, who is an extremely talented player that we redshirted last year because he had some back problems in camp. It was actually a real battle between him and Lucas, who we were going to redshirt. So that's Luke number 9 and Jacob number 2 back there in the back. And then out at receiver, we got Jason Smith back, another all-conference, preseason all-conference player. Fortunate to have Chris Simpson back. Lee Mayhall came on at the end of last season as a freshman and had 19 catches in the last 3 games. He is a lot of fun to watch, makes unbelievable catches. And then we've got a new guy, Corey Jones, that came in at a wide receiver, that junior college player that has 3 years left to play and has really had a great camp.
Jason Smith, you go back to him as a wide receiver and preseason All-Gulf South Conference pick, 22 catches, but on and off the field type leader. Just to showcase him for a minute, he's an academic All-GSC pick as well.
Well, absolutely, he is. David Lumberg is. Luke Wingo's got a 3.5 or better. Jacob Tucker's got a 3.5 or better. Lee Mayhall was the science freshman of the year in UNA and had a 4.0. So. We're very fortunate to have a lot of kids that are doing extremely well academically, and that's really impressive.
On the field, going in, obviously the colleagues around the Gulf South Conference, the coaches and the sports information directors see some talent here. They've picked us to finish 3rd. We went 5-5 a year ago, but 10 now. Lions have been chosen preseason all-conference.
Well, the preseason stuff is always based on previous year, and because that's all they can base it on. I think it's a real eye-opener that we had 4 more players than anybody else in the conference pick preseason all-conference. But how do you not pick Valdosta, who won the national championship last year, or not pick West Alabama ahead of us that won the conference championship, because based on what they did last year. But I think the indication of talent level is the fact that we had 10 players, preseason picks.
A lot of talent on the defensive side of the ball. 2 All-Americans from a year ago we'll talk about in just a moment. We'll get into that personnel as this 2013 preseason special of the Bobby Wallace Show continues right after this.
The Bobby Wallace Show is brought to you by Scholl's Distributing and Budweiser, and by Southern Fastening.
Daddy, can I get a puppy, please?
Okay, Sammy. It's bedtime.
Oh, 10 more minutes, please.
10 more.
Yes, please.
Hey, Daddy. Will you buy us some alcohol for my party tonight? We'll be right here at the house. You can even take the keys. Please?
Absolutely not.
Each time I turn around.
Never let me have anything.
Don't be a pushover.
I hate you.
Be a parent. Prevent. Don't provide alcohol to minors.
First, there was hammer and nail, then air-powered pneumatics, followed by cordless tools, both gas and battery-powered. Now, from Senco, the leader in the power fastening industry, there is Fusion Technology. Power fastening with no gas, no hose, no competition. Senco's Fusion Technology creates the first true cordless pneumatic nailers.
5 distribution centers in the Southeast as a Southern Fastening Systems representative nearby to serve you. Southern Fastening Systems and Senco brands, a team that can't be beat.
The Bobby Wallace Show continuing, 2013 preseason special, and you've got to look at the offense there. We've gone through some personnel, some returning starters, and talked about Corey Jones, the JUCO wide receiver. Coach, let's turn over to your favorite side of the ball, defense. 2 returning guys who are All-American from a year ago.
Well, we've got a lot of guys that played on defense last year returning, and I'll mention those guys when we get to the position. Let's just start with the defensive front. Dimitri Orr, of course, started probably every game for us last year. Just an outstanding pass rusher, about 6'6", or he's about 6'5", 230. He can run. Really a good player. John Lattimore is one of the transfers. John went to high school and junior college with Kinston Redfern out in North Carolina. Knew Kinston was really happy here, and he transferred to join us from East Carolina, and he's an outstanding football player. Inside, of course, with Jalen Jones, will work at defensive end some also, and Willie Bland. Willie's about 6'7". We really got some tall defensive ends. So we got some depth there. Ty Smith's a freshman that came along from Lauderdale County in camp, and he's going to get playing time. He's had a really, really good camp. So that's 5 defensive ends you'll see on the field. Up front in defensive tackle, We've got Taylor Carney coming back at started. You can kind of see 94 there, Shaquille Smith. He's kind of been a highlight of the camp. He's a tremendous player that motor runs all the time. Jeremiah Booth at nose guard started last year. Dominique Duster's back, has been hampered a little bit in camp with injuries, but should be full go by game time. And then J.R. Robertson is a transfer from Troy that's from Coleman that has not played in a couple of years, but he's kind of picked up where he left off a couple of years. So we got 5 defensive tackles that are getting some action in there also. So that's a lot of depth, and which is good up front. Miles' game last year, we were dead tired in the second half rushing the passer. Their quarterback is a outstanding player, and he scrambles around and makes that defensive line really work hard. And so it's good that we're going to be able to play a lot of people. Linebacker is 3 seniors that, of course, Tavares Wilson is returning. It was an All-American last year. One of the All-Americans, led the conference in tackles with 112 last year, and really a good football player, but I thought he was playing out of position last year. We were playing him at the Mike position, which is the middle linebacker, and I thought he was more suited for Will, but we knew that he didn't have a choice. Well, we got Gabe Poe, a transfer from West Alabama. Gabe is a really great story. Gabe played for me at West Alabama. He graduated from junior college in 3 semesters with a 3.8 GPA, came to West Alabama and graduated in 2 years, was redshirted in junior college. He made all conference when he was at West Alabama. Plus, he was a 3.7 grade point average and graduated and got offered a great job and went and took this job and didn't play last year. Under NCAA rules, he has a year left of eligibility since he got his degree, and so he decided he wanted to come here because I think our relationship won, but more so because we offered what he wants to get his master's in. So here's a guy that, the academics is number one for him for sure, but he also had 200 tackles in 2 years at West Alabama. He's a great Mike linebacker, so we were able to move Tavares to Will. And then our Sam linebacker, or nickel linebacker, however you want to say it, Breon James is a senior that played a lot last year also. And so those 3 guys are really talented and give us a great linebacker crew. In the secondary, we really feel like we've improved at cornerback, which was, to me, kind of one of our weaknesses last year. We was just so young and inexperienced. And Jalen Reedus is back starting at the right corner, and the year's experience he had last year, plus he's bigger and he's stronger. I think he's faster. He had a really good offseason, and he's doing good. He's backed up by Skylar Stewart, who played last year some also. And then the left corner, Lamar Smith, one of our better football players, played running back last year. We moved him in the spring. I think it's been very successful, and he's really playing well. He's kind of like Shaquille Smith. He plays full speed every snap, and very physical corner, which is great. And then we've got a freshman that's made a real impact in the secondary, in Filbert Marshall. He's from McGill-Tulane down in Mobile. We were able to recruit him. He was offered by a lot of schools, and he's not only going to be playing some in our nickel packages and at corner, but also at punt returner. So he had a great career doing that in high school. So, now you go to safety, and that's, the place where last year you had another All-American in Caleb Massey, who had 5 interceptions, 2 of them for touchdowns, and basically the play of the game against Texas A&M Kingsville that saved that game when they were about to score late in the second half. But he's an outstanding player, very smart player, great ball skills, big, 230 pounds, and will hit you. And so he's an outstanding player. Of course, made All-American last year. Then at the other safety spot, last year we had Floyd Jones, who was freshman of the year, defensive freshman of the year in the conference, and is an outstanding player. But then Nick Williams, who got hurt in preseason, is back, and he's ready to go full speed. And we'll start Nick as a senior, but we're not foolish. We're going to get Floyd Jones on that field quite a bit. He's going to back up both of them. Kyle Jackson will also back up Massey, but Floyd will be on the field a lot, whether it's a nickel package, whether it's just alternating and keeping everybody fresh back there in the secondary. And so you can see we've got some depth. Really, linebackers where some young new guys are going to have to give us the depth the most. And Brian Barnett played some last year. Then we've got Bud Coleman, a freshman from Russellville, has really done some good things in camp. Mike linebacker Ty Booth, Quad Freeman is a junior college player that looks real good, except he tore ligaments in his thumb, but he'll be okay by game time. He'll be playing with the cast. He just has a lot to learn in a short period of time, and so Jerome White is backing up Tavares at the wheel.
We'll segue into the next segment by saying this too, stay tuned for this. We're going to take a look at the special teams in just a moment. There's two guys off that defensive unit who will play big roles for UNA special teams as we continue the 2013 preseason special of the Bobby Wallace Show when we return.
The Bobby Wallace Show is brought to you by the Bishop Automotive Group and by Hometown Market.
Score big with Bishop Automotive. All of your favorite new cars and trucks. Toyota, Scion, Chevy, Buick, GMC. Best-selling used cars like Honda, Ford, and Nissan. Even luxury vehicles on sale. And everyone's a winner with Bishop's benefits. Get a lifetime warranty and oil changes for life. Need credit help? It's guaranteed. So if you need a better car or truck today, get off the bench and visit BishopAutos.com. The Bishop Automotive Group.
Hi, I'm Bobby Wallace, and I would like to invite you to shop with my friends at Hometown Market, located in the 7 Point Shopping Center in Florence. Hometown Market can supply all your grocery needs, with a large selection of groceries, fresh fruits, and vegetables at their everyday low prices. Their meat market offers a wide variety of fresh meats cut daily by the qualified meat cutters. Look for the other Hometown Market locations in Athens, Decatur, Hartselle, and Aniana. Hometown Market, 1421 North Wood Avenue in the 7 Point Shopping Center.
Daddy, can I get a puppy, please?
Okay, Sammy. It's bedtime.
Oh, 10 more minutes, please.
10 more.
Yes.
Please. Hey, Daddy. Will you buy some alcohol for my party tonight? We'll be right here at the house. You can even take the keys. Please?
Absolutely not.
Each time I turn around.
Never let me have anything.
Don't be a pushover.
I hate you.
Be a parent. Prevent. Don't provide alcohol to minors.
Alabama's got the best in luxury hotels and golf, and the numbers to prove it. Number 1 out of all 333 Marriotts for golf, the Marriott Shoals Hotel and the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail at the Shoals. Number 2 out of all Marriotts for spa, Marriott Shoals Hotel and Spa. Luxurious rooms with a view of the Tennessee River, plus 2 world-class golf courses ranked in the top 10 nationally. Call 1-800-949-4444 today to book your reservations at the Shoals.
When you support Little Steve's Convenience Stores, you're supporting small American family-owned businesses. They in turn support our high schools, our community, and the University of North Alabama. When you buy snacks, drinks, and other items from Little Steve's, you're saying we believe in America. 7 locations in Florence. Pine Street, Florence Boulevard at the corner of Helton Drive and Cox Creek Parkway and Chisholm Road. Cloverdale Road, Petersville. Woodward Avenue, Muscle Shoals. And Highway 72 in Killen. Little Steve's. Believe in America.
Very excited about being here. Very excited that you're here. It just means a lot to me, and it's a great way to get started. And I've got a lot invested in this university, and I love this university.
Football and food go together. Montague's menu offers a variety of game day edibles like the cheesesteak, specialty burgers, the specialty Reuben, and even Polish dogs. For the health conscious, there's a salad menu too. Montague's, corner of Pine and Chisholm in Florence.
Frostbite Frozen Treats, just blocks from the stadium, offers a unique experience. Next to Montague's, at the corner of Pine and Chisholm, it's customizable frozen yogurt. When the cup is full, the toppings are close by, and then it's just a matter of weighing and paying. Frostbite, next to Montague's and on Facebook.
Welcome back, everybody. J.D. Byers with head coach Bobby Wallace. The UNA Lions getting ready for game week. We'll talk about the UNA Miles game in just a moment. But, Coach, we've looked at offense, defense. Now let's talk special teams.
Well, you got Michael Schuster's going to handle all our kicking this year. He'll be doing the kickoffs, the extra points, field goals, and the punting. Tremendously strong leg. Hopefully he has a great year. I think he even has a future, possibly after college, of kicking the ball some more. So Mabry Cook is our long snapper, along with starting tight end, and then a guy that's kind of taken for granted, but doesn't need to be, is our holder, Kyle Crabtree. Kyle is going to be the holder. He's going to be the third quarterback. He's going to play receiver, so he's going to do a lot of things, and he's very important to the team. Returning kicks will be Lamar Smith and Lamonte Thompson on kickoffs, and then Filbert Marshall, the freshman, will handle punts with Jason Smith, ready to go too. We're just going to get Filbert out there and let him go. We feel like we have a lot of confidence in him.
Special teams is huge, but folks like Lamar Smith, they love to get out there. Those are exciting plays, and they give it all 100%.
Well, they do, and of course Lamar, he used to run the football all the time, and now he's playing defensive back. So this obviously gives him a great opportunity to get his hands on the ball. But the good thing I like about Lamonte and Lamar is sometimes you put two guys back there on kickoffs, and that's Filbert Marshall right there, the freshman, and you put the two guys back there, and the one that doesn't catch the ball, sometimes because you got speedsters, the other one won't block. Well, Lamar and Lamonte, there they come right there on the kickoff return. They'll both block, and so we got you don't lose a man there. And of course, here's Michael Schuster kicking off. More than likely, it's going to go out of the end zone. We asked him not to kick it out of the end zone a few times so we could work on it, and that's Tyler Boyd running there, a freshman from Russellville that's really been kind of impressive this spring, and playing running back and probably getting some special teams also.
Maybe we won't need this play.
Well, I hope not. I hope not. But Will Craig backs up Michael Schuster in everything we do, and he might be our onside guy, and we're going to kick Will sometimes in the games too. We're going to redshirt Taylor Pontius. Everybody probably wondering where he's at, but we're going to redshirt him this year, and so we'll have him next year. And he's really improved in his punt, and also, of course, he did all the kickoffs and extra points and field goals last year at the end of the season.
Coach, it's time to take on a team that's going to want some revenge. We went down to Legion Field, 24,000 plus last year. We beat Miles College, and a great finish in that one, and we'll open up with them on Thursday night.
Well, the one thing that's, we've talked a lot of football here, and it looks like we got a good football team, and we're all excited about the season. One thing we've got to understand is to take them one game at a time, because this has got to be the most difficult schedule I can ever remember us having here at UNA. We open up with Miles, as you say, and Miles has won their conference the last 2 years. Made the playoffs last year. Reginald Ruffin, who was All-American for us as the head coach, Ronald McKinnon, Travis Carswell on the staff, both played here. They have done a tremendous job. It'd be an understatement to talk about what a good job they've done. And they got a lot of returning starters from last year, and they gave us all we could handle last year, and we were fortunate to get out of the game with a win. And our players know that. Then we got to go to Jacksonville State, which is another, a big challenge. And then our non-conference games, you go to Texas A&M Kingsville, you got to go to Tarleton State. They're both very good football teams. We got to go to Valdosta. So we got 3 long trips with Florida Tech included. So it's just a very difficult schedule, and we'll have to go, one game at a time. But Miles is quarterback. David Thomas is threw for 300 and something yards on us last year, and about 200 of it came when he was out of the pocket scrambling and running around, and he almost single-handedly beat us. And we've got to do a good job controlling him Thursday night.
Opening with a Thursday night game, by the way, a 6:30 kick at Brawley Stadium for UNA versus Miles. The next week we'll have a little bit longer to prepare for UNA versus Jacksonville State, and we'll see you on the air with highlights from that game, UNA versus Miles, on the next Bobby Wallace Show.
Thank you for watching the Bobby Wallace Show. Please join us again next Sunday at 6:30.